Hey, what's up, you guys, and welcome back to the Chew Chronicles. I'm your host, Chew, and today we're back in Brooklyn in Fort Greene. We're starting the day off with one of my favorite spots for South African cuisine, Madiba. After looking around, then grubbing on some of the best South African cuisine. Then, after a few drinks, we sat down and had a chat with the owner, Mark. Hey Mark, what's going on?
Hi, thanks so much for coming and enjoying us over here.
We're just kicking it out here on a beautiful fall day. Why did you think there was a need for the cuisine in America?
So I was working with a South African American organization, and I was surrounding myself with a lot of expats from South Africa, people that were really homesick, that were kind of stuck here. We found this little spot, and my wife and I always said we want to open up South African restaurants, and I don't believe there was any South African restaurants anywhere else. And the neighborhood was perfect for that because, it was a very international neighborhood, which reminded me a lot of South Africa with the different colors of a rainbow. We started with very minimal money, so we just find tables and chairs, and we didn't go like shopping for tables and chairs. We just kind of found whatever we could find. So just kind of created that mix match, what you would do in a shebeen. Shebeens were the places where I remember growing up where black and white people could hang out. But there were areas in South Africa where people were just thriving for that. They needed that togetherness.
That connection.
And there were areas where there were a lot of mixed families and places like Fort Greene or New York City, where you come into New York and just feel that sense of world peace where everybody gets on, and it doesn't matter if you're a Muslim or a Christian or a Jew or black or white or gay or straight. Desmond Tutu dubbed South African cuisine as the rainbow cuisine, which is the rainbow nation.
What's your favorite South African dish? You might have a lot, but what's your favorite?
Growing up in South Africa, we used to go to like small little bunny chow holes in the wall. Bread filled with curry. So you can have a lamb curry, which is my favorite, or you can have chicken or vegetable curry inside half a loaf of bread. And then we put chutney and sambles inside the bread. And we have prawns and lobster tails. I think the prawns people love. The Melba pudding. The curries, we have amazing steaks. We use a lot of local farms. I mean, people didn't even know that South Africa made wines.
What would you say is special about Fort Greene as a neighborhood?
It's a home. It's you're surrounded by this diversity that you can learn from. I think that's why people move here, because if you have an open mind, you'll live in Fort Greene. So for me, it's a great place to raise children and a family. Your children are going to be surrounded by and be raised with an open mind. Now, I never had that growing up in my life. I wasn't fortunate enough to. I always tell my kids, you're raised in this amazing place where you can't find that many places, not even in America. Yeah. That you can find areas like a place like Fort Greene.
Madiba, to me, it seems like there's an energy that people are drawn to. People are drawn to a certain energy that the restaurant has. Do you see yourself in the future having more locations? Do you want to make it more of a franchise? What
I realized is that Madiba is about community. It's about being in a community where there's conscious thought. Yeah. Where there's positive mind and there's, and I would, if I did it, I would do it in another neighborhood like this, or in an up-and-coming area. Because even though years have come and the neighborhoods change and the gentrification and all this stuff, we have our core. We have the same customers that come in from the beginning, and then we have new customers coming into and stuff like that, which kind of blends into itself. Madiba's not a commercialized restaurant you're going to put on 42nd Street. We're a neighborhood. Find the little hole in the wall. And just make it work with the community and the people. Because that's what makes it.
There is a one-worldness about the feeling here. Everyone is accepted.
We decided to get married at Madiba because when we came for the tasting, they really just embraced us like we were family members. Everyone was really kind, really sweet, and it was genuine.
Sorry, nice in South Africa. Yeah, very cool. You walk in, it's completely South Africa.
It takes me right back to my roots and all the food.
The food is phenomenal.
But they do an incredible lamb chop.
The food in South Africa, the boerewors, the pap.
Just sort of suck it off the bone.
You walk in and everyone greets you.
People from all over the world.
9 times out of 10, a drink is put in your hand and you're hugged, you're kissed. Everyone seems so happy.
So you feel really special when you come to Madiba.
Madiba!
After Madiba's, we headed to Tillie's up the street for a caffeine fix and some dessert. Tillie's is a frequent hangout spot in Fort Greene. And if you're looking for some good coffee and a pastry, Tillie's is def that spot. You always stay up to date with what's going on in Fort Greene and New York City at Tillie's. And don't forget to check out their open mic every Thursday night. And after drinking a little too much coffee, we headed to the Brooklyn Flea Market.